Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host, Wally, and today we are deep in South Texas to look at the wonderful Sal del Rey. The Sal del Rey is a salt area, which is in South Texas, just north of Edinburgh. It's part of the lower Rio Grande National Wildlife Refuge, which is scattered all over South Texas. Once you get here, you'll see all the brush and thickets and mesquite trees and everything. It's pretty flat. But once you reach the lake or La Sal del Rey, you will notice either one thing or another thing. You either notice that there is no salt and all you see is the lake. And that lake is where the salt comes from. But as you look around, sometimes you'll notice that maybe it's wet season and that's why there isn't any salt. I guess it hasn't evaporated. So if you come here, be aware that there may not be any salt, like it happened to me when I came here. There's small traces of salt. The water's still salty because I tasted it. But as you see, it now it's pretty wet. The water level was pretty high. It's about 4 feet deep, so it's not that deep. But you can walk around the lake and you can sort of see little remnants of salt, and of course animal tracks because they all come here to see what's going on. And birds definitely love this area, so if you come here, you will see plenty of birds all together, flocking and doing their thing. But as you can see, the place was pretty green, so that means it's been raining a lot lately, and I guess that means the water isn't evaporating as fast, so none of the salt crystals are forming. I've been here on spring break in March, and it was pretty salty and white. Then I came again this time in spring break, and as you can see, it's pretty brown and wet. But then I went during the summer, and this is what greeted me: a whole field of salt. It was white everywhere, white as far as the eye could see. And you can walk around and you can hear it crack underneath you. All that white stuff is not sand, it's salt. Salt that has evaporated, and then the water level of the lake is a lot lower. As you can see, the water has receded and just left behind this crusty salt over the land. And it's called the Sal del Rey because when the Spaniards came to the New World, the king, or El Rey, had mineral rights to all minerals in the New World. And since salt is a mineral, technically, that means that this was his. So the Spaniards were able to see this and say, hey, it's salt, it belongs to the king now, not knowing that the native population had been using this salt for centuries. Of course, that's their modus operandi, so I guess it's just good to be the king sometimes, I guess. But thankfully, this place wasn't pillaged and taken away from us. It still stands, it's still here. It's still a place where people come and are able to enjoy nature and see some birds and check out the sights and experience this area the way it was experienced back then. So I'm kind of glad that even though it belonged to the Spanish for a while, it belongs to the people again. Like I said, it's part of the lower Rio Grande Valley National Wildlife Refuge, which is scattered all across the south. There's actually supposed to be another lake, which I hope to be able to go to pretty soon here, right next to this one, all part of the same refuge. So I'm hoping that I'm able to see if there's any different over there. But I came here as the sun was setting, and it was pretty nice, and it was pretty windy, so it made for some cool effects. And I liked how the sun was sort of shining off the salt water. Made me want to just continue to hike around the lake, which I tried, but I gave up after a while. It's a pretty big lake, but as you can see, that white salt just looks amazing in the sun. So that's El Sal del Rey for you. So I hope you get to visit this place. If you're down in the valley, definitely check it out. Tell all your friends about it. And I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.